Hi, I'm Adam Moss and you're here at the Mansfield Palace Theatre with this year's production of Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to show these two around. See you in a bit. Come on, get in, get in. And we're locked out.
Oh,
we can stop that.
And that's the end of the
That's
talk.
it. Oh. Come on, I've got the key. Let's skip all the way down there. Come on, come on, Rich. Here we go, let's go. Come on. So here we are, backstage. Come through here. This is our lovely green room, as you can see here. The lovely Danny Harmer is here. Look, there she is. Say hello, Danny. There she. And these are our lovely costume team. They do nothing, just sit there all day. Come into my dressing room here. Get a bit of that if you want. There you go. All right. And you can see these are our lovely costumes. I can't tell you what that is for, obviously, for certain things. These are all my quick changes. Those lovely guys that you just saw there. All of these, and as you can see, that is my. I'll give you a sneak peek of that. That's my finale.
That is amazing.
The first rehearsal, or the first time we all meet, is on Monday, a week ago. Everybody thinks we do this for months, but it's literally 2-week process.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought you'd be doing this sort of 6 months ago.
No. You get the script. I mean, I get the script as a comic, so I can write in all the current gags and all the little bits.
Everyone. We'll be working in the grid on stage for the next couple of minutes, so if you could refrain from coming on stage, that would be fantastic. Thank you. If you do, we require hard hats. Thank you.
Important information. You see, that's all backstage stuff. See, it's great.
And who writes the script?
So a guy called John Money wrote the original script, and then myself and the Dame will add our own comedy bits into it.
I was going to say, how does that work with you?
The process, I mean, it works sort of. You write stuff in. You can write stuff in that's like 6 months ago, and then it's not funny anymore because it was 6 months ago, and then something else starts up, like The Jungle's just started up, I'm a Celebrity's just started up, isn't it? So yeah, it starts with all that, and then you can add extra stuff as you go along. I mean, I'm one for ad-libbing, as you've probably seen before.
Well, last year all the different little TikTok videos, TikTok music and stuff that you added was brilliant.
Well, I'll give you another little preview of that. That is actually in this year, but I can't tell you where it is. Yeah, but it's more TikTok-y stuff in there as well. So I try, when I'm doing stuff, I try and do stuff for the kids, and I try and do stuff for the adults. But there's also that in-between age that's always very hard to write for.
Yes.
So I always try and get that kind of, TikToks are very good, and anything that's current, Barbie and Ken and all that type of stuff is in this year as well. So yeah, but yeah, the writing process all happens like 5 or 6 months ago, but then things just get changed as we progress into the show. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to ask? Go away. Anything else you want to do?
What would you like to ask?
Go on, Eleanor.
What was one of your favourite pantomimes that you've done so far?
So my favourite, and fun enough, they're doing it here next year, was Aladdin. That was my very first pantomime I did, and just got some really good memories from it. And I think because it was my first one, that's where I sort of learned a lot of the panto style, as it were, of comedy and the bits and pieces that go into it, and of course the hard work that goes into it. It's we have a really intense 2 weeks from like a week ago. We're now in our tech run, and I learned all that on the job basically. So it's definitely Aladdin, and I do like playing Smee as well. Smee's a good.
Smee was brilliant. we loved Smee, didn't we? Last year, that was brilliant.
Well, he got the ship, didn't he? He had the ship last year, so that was a good thing. Yeah, so that was nice. Anything else you want to ask me?
Are you disappointed that you didn't get Panto?
Do you know, every year they say to me, I even said to the producer once, I said, can I play Prince one year? He said, have you seen your headshots? And I was like, that's nice, isn't it? I've come here year after year. He says, you have to grow another like 2 foot to be a prince, but yeah, no, it's lovely to be honest with you. It's just good playing this character because it's the same character, just a different costume.
Well, tell us a bit about who you're playing this year and what the character is.
So I am Louis La Plonk this year.
And which character in Beauty and the Beast is that? The candlestick?
It's the candlestick.
I love the candlestick.
Well,
we love the candlestick.
Well, he's the funniest, So you got the candlestick, and the thing is, because it's Disney, there's a lot of things that they've had to change, of course. But yeah, I'm technically the candlestick, and he's got his mum Polly, who is next door. I'll go and introduce you. Who is the Dame, and an absolutely fantastic Dame.
We love a Dame, don't we?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there wasn't a Dame in it last year, was there?
The outfits are amazing.
Yes, I'll show you those as well. And the costume changes are amazing. It's the same concept of Beauty and the Beast. You know, he's in a castle, he's alone, meets Belle, and as you know, the story ensues. And it's just a beautiful little script together. You know, it's like and it's very quick, it's very fast, it's very it's just something for everybody. You know, so it's really nice. Yeah. So, should we go and see some of the? Do you want to see some of the costumes?
Absolutely.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let's go and see some of the costumes. Come on. So these are my lovely dame's costumes here. You see, some here. Look at that. Look at that. And look at all the hard work that these costumes guys have not done. And there's another one there. Let's see if Nick's in, shall we? Nick.
Not enough hours in the
Nick.
day.
Nick. He's not in there. We'll show you another one. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Do you want to feel how heavy it is? Look, feel how heavy.
Go on, lift it.
Here we go. Heavy, isn't it? Now bear in mind.
Well,
Oh yeah, he's got. Bear in mind, he's got this on. He's got wig, undergarments. Here we go. We'll get a couple of weeks.
Where's the which one for that? We got this one for
There
that.
we go.
Teapot.
Little teapot there. Look.
Oh no, sorry, this is teapot. Sorry.
Oh.
This one. This one's the heavy one as well.
And
Yeah.
do the
Oh.
do the costumes get progressively more outrageous as the show goes on?
Nick changes on every scene. So every scene that comes out, more outrageous it gets. And
It's hard work, isn't
it
it?
is. And
That's
these
hard
guys, although I take the mic, they're backstage doing quick changes, and they work extremely hard. All the crew here works hard. Here we go. You can hold that, Eleanor, if you want. Just feel how heavy that is. So on top of that, you've got that. That is heavy, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. So
You can't move your arm either because you've got this.
he's a teapot.
So you have to have your. Oh my.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, so that is a small portion. I won't show you the rest because that'll spoil it for you when you come to see it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
But yeah, it changes on every scene, and they do progressively get worse. Do you want to come and see some of the props?
Love to.
Come and have a
Let's
see
go.
of the props. Come on. Oh, here's our lovely Dame. There. I'm not sure. So we're going to go and see some props and bits and bobs. There we go. So here we go. We're on the stage. As you can see, look, they're doing a little bit of stuff. Yeah. So over here we've got. I think we're going into like the. What are we doing? Yes, we're in the beasts like castle and bits and pieces. All these guys, as you can see, there's a lot of crew that are doing lots of bits and bobs around here. I'll keep out of their way. Behind you is our props table. You can pick up anything you like, Eleanor. Anything you like. Here we go. Do you want to? Here you go. We get you a big sword. There we go. Look at that. There you go. So that's Hugo's sword for our little fight scene that happens in one of the scenes that happens. We've got what else have we got here? We've got
13 combs.
the what? Sorry.
13 combs.
Oh, them ones there. There they are. You see, this is all
13
labelled
codes. So
up.
why is there 13
Why is there
codes?
13?
Why is there 13 combs? Because they're for the dancers. So there's a big routine that will happen with the dame, and they'll be doing a lot. Yes, all of that. Help yourself. See, what happens is, technically, we don't touch the props table, okay? Because, see, she touched it. It wasn't me. You don't touch the props table because these are all set, and because you're doing quick changes and bits and pieces like that, you'll come to here, and if something's not there when you're about to go on, then obviously
If that falls
it's
apart
all
in the
Eleanor's
show,
fault.
That's your fault.
That's yours. And then we've got stuff like the mirror, you know, when Belle can see her
Look at that.
see her dad.
I don't think. How is she so bad?
Don't spoil the magic. Give me that back. It's a prop. Right, yes, and we've got the red rose. There we go. There's the red rose for that. There we go. And then if we can go up here, look, this is the table here. Come over here, guys. You can sit on our little bench, our ghost gag bench. You know when we do is the ghost behind you? There we are. Look, you're on the famous bench here.
This is where they eat.
That's where they meet for the first time. Yeah, you do food.
Use plastic. Delicious.
It's delicious.
My favourite food in the
Bon
world is
appetit.
plastic.
So there you go, that's sort of backstage for you, and if you can see, they're all setting up to do like a big loads of lighting and sound. So if you look up here, Eleanor, come over near me. Just up here, there's a guy that stands up there pulling these ropes that are all along here, and all these ropes go to these, which are the fly. So that's called the fly floor, and they all come in, and they're all the different
What if
all
they,
different scenes.
what if they mess up, so like they accidentally...
Well, if it happens to me and I'm on stage and somebody messes up, they know about it because I generally have a go at them on stage, you see, and that's how it works. Pat, who normally is up there, he's done it for years, so normally he's the flyman that does it all the time. It's brilliant, and when you see it all working, it's incredible. So the sets come down from UK Productions, who runs this entire thing. And then a few guys come down and do a bit of touch-ups on the paint, but it generally comes as is, and all the guys here, they all just put it together. It's great, isn't it? All these sort of sets turn. Here you go, if you give me that, I'll do a little wander on there for you.
Hello. Do we have a John? John.
So, let's go this way. Come with me, they're just about to start so we can see it from the top. Yeah, this is the costume pool, you can tell, look, it's always the messiest. I've been here now for 10 years.
I was going to say it must be 10 years.
Yeah, so this is my 10th year here. Obviously we missed COVID and stuff like that. These are the famous stairs, I love these stairs. The shame these are not on stage. So we do all of our blocks, so you think how big that stage is that you just see. We do all the blocking in here.
All the what?
So the blocking is basically the staging of the show. So if we do, it's just basically where they place us. Yeah, that's it. This is where all the magic happens.
Is it?
Yes. So it comes from here, then transfers over to there. That's what happens. And then we go into this room, which is just this side. Yes, and this is where all of our ensemble. There's a few bits and pieces you can see that still need to go onto the stage. I am singing and dancing. Well, I say I'm dancing. Singing is to be.
If you're Louis, you have to sing the BI, I guess.
Well, we can't actually use any of the Disney songs because of copyright and there's another Beauty and the Beast or something that's touring, so you can't really do any of that kind of stuff. And Disney are always quite particular about their songs.
Every year we've been, it's been fantastic.
It's great. It's nice, isn't it?
The cast is always good. I mean, you're fantastic at
That's very kind of you.
holding it together, because you need someone who's the focal point, the person who everyone hangs off.
Yeah, that's it.
And to me, and to have someone who's as strong in that league as you, it works really well.
That's really kind of you.
And of course, she's so well loved within the local.
I don't know why. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. 10 years I've been here, and it's just sort of, it's one of those things where you sort of. I never take it for granted, it's one of those, I understand that people come year after year to see what they want to come and see.
And they as soon as they've seen this, they're booking for next year in January.
Yeah. And what they do is on some of these shows, because obviously I'm outside sometimes when I'm, taking pictures and stuff like that, they'll come straight out of this show, book for the next one, but they'll get exactly the same seats. So it's that much, they do that so much in advance. And I think it's something as well, with all the other stuff that's going on, it's just that nice, something to look forward to at Christmas. Isn't it?
It's complete escapism.
100%.
And it takes you away from any issues, worries you've got in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
It's transportative.
Absolutely right.
Also, the thing I was going to ask is, I've noticed that after shows you'll go down into reception. Do you do that for all shows?
Yeah.
Because I think that's brilliant.
Well, the thing is that's
a lot of commitment to do that. But I think that's.
I always like doing that. The reason why, Richard, I'll tell you why. Because when I'm doing my other job, I'm a comedy variety act by trade, and that's what I do. I go around the country, I do flybacks, cruises, and all that stuff. And with this particular shows, and especially pantomimes, when you're going through the entire show, and I've been going, hi again, and you're my mates, and we've been on this journey together. How good is it when you go outside and you meet your mate outside that you've seen on stage all the way through that you've helped,
Absolutely.
I just think it just gives that little touch of magic as you walk out. And I'll give you a little story. I was, this young lad come up to me, about 8 years old. He went, do you remember me? Now bear in mind, 32,000 people go through this theatre. I've done it for 10 years. That's a lot of people, I see. And I went, I said, well, I probably would if you let me know. And he went, look at this. He gave me his phone and I held him as a baby. Yeah, and he went, that was me. And I went, no. And I was like, come on, let's get another picture. So that's how much people have grown up with me. So it's nice, and I get loads of messages on socials and stuff like that about it. And it's, I love it. It's a really good vibe. And if you can't come into this job and enjoy it and enjoy doing Panto, then you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong game. You know what I mean? So,
it's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's great fun.
A lot of work crammed into a small amount of time. But
like I said, a lot of people don't realise it's done in 2 weeks. You know, there's a lot of pre-prep, you know, from the crew and stuff like that. But 2 weeks to get a script together, 2 weeks to get, you know, most of these people I've never worked with before. So you sort of like got to get that gel. If you don't gel, then you can see that on stage. It just doesn't. It won't work. So, but it's great fun.
I can remember last year we went to a pantomime from my school, and it definitely wasn't as good as these ones.
Thank you. That's it. Right, that's going to be the end. That's how it ends. Do you want to come and see the? Do you want to see the tech run? Do you want to come and see the tech run? What we do is we do a little sneaky. So we just sneak in, coming in. They don't do anything like. So what we got on stage at the moment? We've got Hugo. There are people. They're great dancers. And down here underneath us, we got the director, our choreographer, lighting, sound, and this is all for placement and making sure that the lights are set where they need to be set. So what we do is, as you've seen in there, you'll see all the where they've all danced in that dance studio, and then you come to this and it's a lot smaller, or they'll need to place them in different ways because the set's there as well. So this is why Tech Week is really important for us, and it's to keep us safe, them safe, and for the musicians and the techs to know what's going on.
Boom, tap tap, boom, boom, tap tap, digga digga digga, boom, da da, down da da, and down, up, down, down, and
Anything else you want to ask me?
You had a couple of questions from your
Yeah, come
school,
on.
didn't you?
Oh,
So
okay.
this was so this was because Eleanor goes to the Florence Nightingale Academy in
Right.
Westwood,
Okay.
and they had a couple of questions.
My friend Jamie wanted to ask what your least favourite pantomime you've done.
Least favourite? Well, I'll tell you the one that I've got a little bit bored of. Sleeping Beauty. I've done it 5 times.
Wow.
So that's, and it with different companies and stuff like that. But yeah, Sleeping Beauty is, you're on a lot as well. I work very hard on that one. I generally do. Yeah, so Sleeping Beauty is that one. So Aladdin's my favourite. Sleeping Beauty is, yeah, not one of my favourites.
My friend Priya also said, have you ever done any stunts in your shows?
Have I done any stunts? No, but I've been tripped over and I smashed my head into a radiator last year. So that was.
I remember that.
Yeah.
We were there on that
Yeah.
show.
It's not the first time that something like that's happened. I've fallen in the pit. That was in another show in Bromley. I fell into a Christmas tree. So they're technically stunts, but they weren't planned. Yeah, I tripped over, fell into a radiator, cut my head open on Christmas Eve on my 500th show. Yeah, that was great fun. And then I went off for about 5 minutes. They patched me up, put a bit of glue on my head. Yeah. I've actually, considering it was a pirate.
Is that what it was?
Adam, can you get back out, please? There's people out there. It's Christmas. It's for the kids. Yeah, it's okay. No worries. I just look like Carrie. Yeah, no, literally, I came off. They glued it, but I've got like an X on my. I've got an X where it actually got smashed. So, and considering it was a pirate theme, I thought it'd be perfect, really.
Yeah.
Which actor or actors have you enjoyed working with?
None of them. No, the ones. Oh, obviously Mark Bayliss last year as Hook. Me and him are really good
He
friends.
was brilliant.
He's amazing.
He was a great hook, yeah.
Shortest Hook you've ever seen. But he's he's incredible. I've worked with him before, but we're friends outside this anyway. So it's always good when you work with your mates, you know, that type of thing. Vicky M. Whistle, she was very good. Janice Battersby from Coronation Street. We had Marlene here as well. Marlene, she was amazing. Snow White. Those few are really good. This year, Danny Harmer. Oh my God! Right, what can I tell you about her? I can't stand her. Can't stand her. Worst person. Not really. She's lovely. And exactly what you would think she was like. She's really nice. And this whole cast actually. As you just saw there, everyone just gets on really well. Everyone's, just having a bit of fun. What other questions you got on your lovely piece of paper? You could have glittered it up or something. It's Panto. Unbelievable. You could have done it. Yeah, just absolutely lazy. That is.
I don't understand your handwriting.
Oh, he's like a doctor,
That's
isn't
just rude, isn't it?
It's not bad.
Well, have you got any pre-show routines?
Well, for the first show, you probably don't see me. I go and stand in the corner and I just face the wall, just to sort of psych myself up for the first show. But the one thing I was always taught, and what you should always do, is I always remember the first line of every scene that that's exactly that is what I do. And it's really strange. So people, when I first did it though, the first thing I did when I first came here, people were walking past me going, he's being really rude today. I literally just stood at the wall, like, you know, I was just like, no, just psyching yourself up. But also there's a little thing where you remember the first line of every scene that you go on to. Because if you forget that first line, you'll forget the scene. That's how my head always works. So I always remember that first line. So I always look in the book, then I'm out, focus, get on. But then when you get into the run, it's a bit more fun.
So are you more nervous on the first show?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then after that, you kind of...
Yeah, the nerves never goes away because obviously they heckle me here, so it's like, you know, they love doing that. So
you're
it's
not quite sure what you're going to get.
No, and that's why you go out every night and it's different for me. Whereas everybody else has got a set script they go to, I can sort of play a little bit, you know. And you just never know. It could be a Friday night, somebody's had a few drinks over at the Wetherspoons. You just never know what's going to happen, you know.
And we've often noticed little things that seem like they're going wrong, where you kind of both, you know, you'll be laughing, you'll be ad-libbing, you'll be, and those tend to be some of the gems in the show.
Oh, they are.
Those little things that happen.
Well, that's what they want to see as well. You know, they don't want. This isn't Shakespeare. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? You're coming here and you want to have a good time, and we have a good time. We're here over Christmas, and we're doing 64 shows. So you can imagine that's like, you know, it's a lot of shows. So you're doing, you know, that in a short space of time. And it keeps us a little bit. I try and do little pranks on people, you know, when I'm on stage, and I'll bring a different prop on that they don't, you know, they don't expect, you know, that type of thing. So yeah, I like to prank people. It's great fun. That's how it should be. But we're going to see you this year, yeah?
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for coming down and seeing us.
Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for arranging it as well.
No worries at all. Thanks, guys.